Joe Burrow, if his defense, if he had a D, pause, if he had a good defense, if the Bengals had good D, if the Bengals actually had a defense and didn't just have 12 ghosts out there, you don't even have 12 people on the field. That's a personal foul. Too many men on the field. But, yo, let me land this point. Why is my brain doing this? If the Bengals actually had a defense, Joe Burrow's in MVP conversation. And Jameis Winston is going to Cincinnati to eat some snow. Just one normal week of NFL football. It's all we ask for. But we'll never get it. It's week 15 weekly recap before we get to our week 16 NFL picks. As always, if you're new to the show, we have our recap of last week's picks. We have our pick 6 segments, which we'll explain when we get to. Then we're going to make our picks for week 16 with some final. Don't do this today, bro. Not today, not this early in the episode. Some final thoughts to come at the end. Let's introduce the panel. I shall start as the host of the show. I go by many names, one of them being Nameless, another being Billy Walters Jr., offensive gambler from the Cash Money University, representing Lamar Jackson and the Dallas Cowboys. Down below me on the screen here, representing the Green Bay Packers, we have, if you would like to introduce yourself.
You got your boy Qusic here, certified ball knower, Duke University.
And over to my right, I always get it wrong because the camera's flipped. To my right, representing the San Francisco 49ers.
I am Crab or Key. I don't mind either or. I'm a big music guy. And I'm a Niners fan. That's it.
No university for Key. Uneducated, this guy. Yeah, man.
University.
What'd you say?
Straight off the couch university.
Straight off the couch. So, hailing from Do University, Cash Money University, and whatever this guy said. Week 15 was a great week for some. Being me, Billy Walters Jr., offensive gambler. That's an OG, by the way. That's what OG stands for. Yeah, good week for me. My record for last week was 15-1 in the NFL picks. So shout out, as always, the MalloryBros. We are making these picks on the ESPN Pick'em. Link down below on the MalloryBros League. I went 15-1, bro. I'm still like ranked 120th in their league or something now because I joined late, but it is what it is. 15-1. Key, how did you go last week?
I was 13-3, which isn't too bad. That's me record currently.
Qusic?
I'm on an upward trajectory.
I mean, next week, you might go 16-0 next week. I doubt it, though. Q, what did you go last week?
Is there going to be a week where we're not tied? Because I also went 15-1 this week.
Damn, for real? I came in here on my high horse thinking I'd got the best record this week. So, as always, we pay respects to the teams that we picked against. Me and Q will go first, I guess, because we have the least amount of teams. I think it's different teams as well for us. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I need to pay respects to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I picked the Los Angeles Chargers to beat them. And that was looking like a good pick for about 2.5 quarters of that football game until the Bucs dropped 30 unanswered points on the head of the Chargers. So, yeah, I thought I was going to go flawless last week. It doesn't even matter because something else went flawlessly. But Q, who have you got to pay respects to?
I hate to say it, but it's your Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. Wait there, Key, do you want to get involved as well for this one? Because I know your bum ass picked against us last week too. In fact, I'm getting on a high horse. Fuck the Carolina Panthers. You thought, bro, 3 wins this season. You thought you could come and beat the Cowboys? Come on, bro. You thought you could beat the Cowboys? Sorry. In fact, I want to give you guys the floor. You guys can pay respects because I need it.
But as for respect for the Cowboys, there's not a lot coming my way. But I think we figured out who these Eagles and who these Panthers were. 2 weeks ago, they played. Panthers kept it close against the Eagles. And I think it was just more of a case of the Eagles letting their foot off the gas, keeping the Panthers, letting them have a chance in it. I will say Cooper Rush did have a good game, 3 touchdowns, some crazy catches, double covered in the end zone. But yeah, that's kind of all I got to say about that one.
Anything to add, Key?
Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. I don't like swearing. I don't know why I even said that. We shouldn't swear. You know what I mean? We don't want to get desensitized. But
Desensitized,
yeah,
demonetized.
that's the same thing.
Oh
I
man.
only woke up like half an hour ago, chaps. Just let me off.
Anything to say
But
about the game though? Did you watch it? The highlights or anything? Or
no, I don't even.
no?
I can't watch the Cowboys. I think the poo.
Yeah, this guy's a
But
Cowboys hater, but he doesn't watch any of the Cowboys games.
I just don't like.
And he's just a certified hater. That's all there is to it.
True. Well, so I got 3 wrong.
Oh yeah, my bad. Take the floor, bro. Your 3.
Obviously, one was my Niners. I don't even have anything to say about that.
I got something
I
to
want
say.
it. I want to be no more.
I got something to say about that. I actually picked up a really interesting book the other day. It's called The Art of Quitting, 2-Moment Notice by Devondre Campbell and Vontae Davis. It's a pretty interesting read. I think you should pick it up when you get the chance here.
How can you refuse to come into the game, lads? How?
That's a
How is
stinker.
that possible?
That is a stinker, and he'll probably never play again in the NFL.
They haven't even released them. They've just fined them.
No, he's suspended for the last 3 games, which means nobody else can pick him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's they've done him dirty, but I mean he did them dirty by not checking in. Very weird game though, the 49ers game. You know, the whole first half was pretty much rained off. Nobody could do anything. You know, was CMC was that when CMC went down, or was that last week?
No, that was
I feel like all these games just merge into 1 week. But yeah, so very weird game. But who else you picked against? So you picked
I
against
picked Niners over Rams. I picked Panthers over Cowboys, and sadly, I picked the Lions over the Bills.
Josh
And
Allen.
you know what?
That's all you got to say.
I had a parlay on. Speaking of parlays, segue, like a little segue to get.
Are we gonna go there? Are we gonna go there?
So I put a parlay on, guys. I put 2 on. One had the Niners in, which actually killed on the first game, obviously because they lost.
Hmm.
The second one was for more money, and Josh Allen killed me. But I think, like I said on the Bills Rams week, I think Josh Allen watches the pod. Well, not pod. I don't know why I said podcast. He watches the videos.
The show,
and he knew
if we will.
the show, and he knew that I picked the Rams, and he was getting his back. You know what I mean? He was getting his own back.
It's entirely possible. Josh Allen, if you're watching, drop a comment because you're my MVP. Nah, fuck this guy. I'll back you, Josh. MVP. I went to put £100 last night on Josh Allen to win MVP. How much money do you think I'd get back if I put £100 on him?
150.
110. I'm risking £100 to get £10 back. Not even worth betting. You know what I mean? But he dismantled the Lions. I know they're injured and whatever, but he is unbelievable.
He is. I just want to say I took the Buccaneers as well. I knew they were going to win.
I mean, it was shaky, that one.
Didn't they win like 40 something?
Yeah, but they dropped 30 unanswered points, but it was shaky until they started clicking like that, bro. They were down in the third quarter, bro. You know what I mean? I went into halftime, all me teams winning on the pick'em. I'm like, yeah, I'm going flawless. But yeah, they went off. Mike Evans, Hall of Famer, what a player. So some other weird games last week. By the way, if you've got anything to say, feel free to jump in. But the Atlanta Falcons against the Raiders, one of the worst games of football I've ever seen. One of the worst. I said at the start I was an offensive gambler. I love offensive football, bro, but this is one of the worst performances of offense I've ever seen in my time of watching NFL football. Kirk Cousins is finished. I'm sorry to say it, Key. I know that's your guy. Do you know who's not finished, though? Everyone said he was. Aaron Rodgers. My guy, Devontae Adams, my guy. I've been skitting them all these weeks, bro, that we've been doing NFL picks. Cash me out this weekend, big time. Shout out to A-Rod. Shout out to the Jets. I never thought I'd say it. Shout out to the New York Jets. Never thought I'd say it. Probably never going to say it again. Anything to add from last week, boys?
Well, just a spin back to the Falcons game.
I
have one thing to say to that.
Go on.
This is a Scott saying in real life, guys. He says, personal foul, too much arse on the field. Because that game was so bad. I was sat there, and I'm a big Kirk guy. I love Kirk. and I'm sat there trying to support my guy Kirk, and the whole game was just poo back and forth. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was personal foul, the entire offense, unnecessary arse. Well, Q, have you got anything to jump in and add?
I think it's crazy that Niners Rams is 6 field goals, and it's not even the worst game in the past 2 weeks. I thought offense was bad in that game, but I think it was just great defense. This one was just atrocious offense, and that is just so frustrating to watch.
Yeah, there was some big games as well. My Baltimore Ravens or my Lamar Jacksons, they dropped 35 on the Giants, to be expected. But bro, I just love Lamar when he throws it. I know everyone has this thing about Lamar. You know, there's the running joke of him being a running back. But bro, when he just stands there, not even just in the pocket, but rolling out of the pocket, making people miss. And when he throws, bro, when he lets loose, he went for 5 touchdowns against the Giants. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see, bro. For real, for real. But I think we should move on from the picks. Anything else to add? No? Okay, so getting into the next segment of the show, we do a new segment. We introduced it last week called Pick 6, where we pick 6 players to hit a certain milestone in that game week. So last week it was touchdown scorers. This week again, it's going to be touchdown scorers. We all picked 6 players who we thought were going to score a touchdown this week. Let's run them through and see if anyone went 6 for 6. It's a hard little record to try and hit. It's probably more impressive than going unbeaten in the pick'em for the teams, I would say, because it's harder to pick touchdown scorers. So for my first player in my pick 6 for last week, I picked Derrick Henry to score a touchdown against the Giants. He didn't score. He went 2 weeks without scoring a touchdown. I thought, it's the Giants, bum-ass team, one of the worst teams in New York, which is, that's actually hard to do when the Jets exist. But Derrick Henry did not score 3 weeks without a touchdown, which means this week he's definitely getting one. Hints at my next week's pick 6. Next up, I picked Chase Brown, anytime touchdown scorer, Bengals against the Titans. I also picked Chase Brown in another parlay to go for yards. He cashed me out on both of them. Chase Brown scored. I picked Rico Dowdle to score against the Panthers. Now, the Panthers have the worst rush defense in the NFL. So I thought, Rico Dowdle, Cowboys have got a run game going now, over 100 yards in his last 3 games. Definitely going to score against these bum-ass Panthers. Didn't score. Still went for like 120 yards, though. Bum-ass Panthers, bro. These 2 down below, bro, they picked the Panthers to beat the Cowboys. Fuck out of here, bro. Bryce Young, yeah, he's been balling. They've been playing good football, the Panthers. But, bro, good football. I don't care if you play good and still lose. 3 wins on the season. Panthers, you suck. Don't know why I just started roasting the Panthers there. We're doing pick 6. Next player I picked for a touchdown was Joe Mixon. Similar thoughts to the other running backs that I picked. I thought Joe Mixon would go crazy against the Dolphins, and he didn't. Let me down on my yards parlay and on the pick 6 for touchdowns. Both my final 2 players. One of them was Cortland Sutton for the Broncos. He ended up scoring a touchdown. I also picked originally for my final player, Terry McLaurin, to go for a touchdown, and he did. But I took him off the pick 6, so that doesn't count. The player I replaced him with on my pick 6, though, was Devontae Adams. One of the games of his life. He had 0 receiving yards in the first half, 198 receiving yards in the second half, and 2 touchdowns. Cashed me out. Shout out to the New York Jets. That is me done for my pick 6, though. I went 3 for 6. Not a bad record. Hopefully next week we can improve on that. Key, I'll throw it over to you for your pick 6. How did you get on last week?
So every week, I always pick a Niners player just because close to my heart, my team. So last week I picked Isaac Guerrero. He didn't get one.
Terrible
The
pick.
week before I picked George Kittle. He didn't get one, but Isaac Guerrero did. He got 2, I think, that week. So I still believe in my guy Guerrero. So I picked Guerrero. He didn't get a touchdown. Who'd have thought? Epic. Excellent pick from me again. I also picked the same as last week, K. Dotton. I really like him. Didn't get a touchdown again. Sucks a suck. Bucky Irvin. Me and Scott always talk about him. We like him. No touchdown from him.
Big fan of Bucky Irvin, personally.
Bijan, obviously. Falcons. I love the Falcons. I love Keiko. I don't like the Falcons anymore now. He's been benched. But anyway, Bijan didn't get one either. I took Jay Jettis. He got one. So I was made up with that. And see, this was the one that was causing me a little... I felt like I was cheating. but I didn't want you guys to think I took it the way it sounds. I picked Jalen Hurts, but I picked like a Russian touchdown
Yeah, that
rather
counts.
than like a passing.
That
And
counts.
he got one.
Mm.
So Jalen Hurts, Jay Jettis, only players. So I was 2-4, which is, last week I was 1-5.
Yeah, getting better again, upward trajectory, bro. You know what I mean? You'll go 3-3 next week and be tied with me. Q, did you do any better than us two?
Just barely. Um, I took 2 players from Packers Seahawks. I figured Josh Jacobs, he's been on an absolute tear. He's going to get one. And the rush defense has been a lot better this year for the Packers, but I have a saying, there's 3 things that are certified in life: death, taxes, and no rush defense for the Packers. And of course, that helped me secure Zach Charbonnet for the Seahawks getting a touchdown. Um, I figured James Conner was also doing pretty good this year, so I put him on for 1, and he actually ended up with 2. Same thing with Devontae Adams. I picked him to get a touchdown. Uh, Touchdown number 100 this year. I think it might have been 100 and 101. And same thing with you. I picked Joe Mixon. He got injured, wasn't able to get the touchdown. In this last one, I've just made an absolute mockery of the segment here. I wanted to do Brock Bowers for the Raiders, but it wouldn't let me pick him for some reason, which, he didn't get one anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered either way. But last one, I went with the Zest King himself, Jake Hayner, to get a touchdown. I figured, he's a rookie. He's going to have some rookie jitters. He might scramble out of the pocket a little bit. Possibly, if they get towards the red zone and he scrambles, he'd get a rushing touchdown. But MVS dropped an open pass, and then the next play was picked off, and Hayner's day just got worse from there. I really want this kid to succeed. I need to keep seeing those fucking pictures of him in the rookie photo shoot going around. So funny, but didn't work out for me this week. Went 4-6.
Not bad, not bad.
We're out.
I feel like if Joe Mixon stayed on, it would have been interesting to see if he could have got that touchdown because he has been balling this season. I feel like the run game of the Texans offense has been, a shining light, if you will, in that offense. I don't really like their receiving core compared to the run offense, but bro, Joe Mixon, I could have made so much money this weekend if he would have just ran for 78 yards. I had him, bro. 78. That's not that much. He could have got that if he was healthy. You know what I mean, bro? Everyone else cashed me out. Rico Dowdle, Chase Brown. Who else did I have? I went Derrick Henry over 60. I just know ball. Like, even picking Derrick Henry for over 60 and not over 70. I think on the over-under, it was over 103. I was like, fuck that. He's not getting 103. He's going for, like, probably 64. I think he got 68. I just know ball. So, that's a good segue to get into the picks for week 16. Only 2 more weeks after this one of NFL picks for the regular season. We are going to do playoffs videos. We're going to make our own playoff bracket, how we predict the Super Bowl is going to play out. And then it depends. I don't know actually what we're going to do for the weekly videos for the playoffs as it gets towards the Super Bowl. Like, we're not going to make a whole video on who's going to win the Super Bowl. In fact, we might. There's no rules. But for now, it's week 16. First game, Thursday night, Friday morning. Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. Key, I'm going to give it to you. Who are you taking for this first game of the week?
I think I never ever pick the Chargers just because I don't know why. I just dislike the team. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I barely ever even I watch the games, but I never look at them and think, yeah, I don't like the Chargers. They stink because they're not a bad team. I just never pick them, and this streak is going to continue because I'm taking the Broncos.
Had me in the first half, not going to lie. I thought you were going for the Chargers there. You misdirect, pump fake, and I bit. Q, who you going for?
I'm going Broncos too. This Chargers team, I think this is the time of the year, pretty much every year where they start falling apart a little bit. We saw that last week against the Bucks. I'm not sure what their game was. Yeah, so they lost against the Chiefs, barely. Lost against the Bucks, convincingly. And I think it's going to be somewhere in between losing in those ways against the Broncos. Broncos defense has been stepping up. Bo Nix didn't look great last week, but he got carried by that defense. Nick Bonito has been on an absolute tear this year. I knew of him.
One time for Nick Bonito. Cash me out. One time for Nick Bonito.
Yeah, I knew of Nick Bonito this year, but he really put his name on the map with his performances these past couple weeks, and I'm excited to see what he gets done against the Chargers this week.
For sure, for sure. Now, like I say, we pick on the Mallory Bros. Pick'em. The Pick'em has it 62% Chargers. And in betting terms, the Chargers are minus 150. That's American terms. In English terms, the Chargers are 4-6. Broncos 5-4, or for the Americans, plus 130, which is interesting. I didn't think the Chargers would be favorites coming into this, but they're at home. The Broncos, at least last week, definitely struggled for offense. Bo Nix, I thought he had a rhythm going. They're blaming the wind for last week. That's why they said the Broncos offense wasn't working, but that Broncos defense is where it's at, bro. They've been winning games pretty much off the defense alone. And my pick's going to go to the Denver Broncos too. I'm picking that Broncos defense to cash me out again, especially with odds being Broncos as underdogs coming into this. Now, the Chargers can put up points for sure. I heard Justin Herbert picked up a little injury though. I'm not sure if he's going to play. Not sure what the injury report is there. If anyone can fact check us as we do it. Q is normally our injury report guy. Yeah, Justin Herbert, I think he's questionable, maybe.
Yeah, it's questionable. I think it was that leg contusion from the previous week because he was hobbling a little bit in this game too.
So that's obviously a big blow for the Chargers if Justin Herbert, their starting quarterback, can't play. I'm expecting a big game from Cortland Sutton, at least for targets. You know, last time the Broncos played the Chargers, they got beat, of course. We all know that because they cost me over $1,000 on a parlay as the only team that cost me. I still haven't let that one go, Denver Broncos. Terrell, I'm talking to you, brother. Yeah. So I'm going with the Broncos this week, though, to get the get back. Bo Nix did struggle against that Chargers defense in that first game. We're back in week 6, but we're 10 weeks later now. Maybe they can come up with something to beat that Chargers defense that they struggled with the first time round. Like I say, expecting Cortland Sutton to get a lot of targets, a lot of receptions, taken for over 5.5 receptions. Lad McConkey is going to have a big game if the Chargers want to do anything. But I feel like with the Chargers, bro, they put up points early and then just stop. And it's not just what happened with the Bucs. But like I feel like they run out of like plays in the playbook or something. They get to like the end of the playbook. They hit the final page. They read the blurb of the playbook. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, think of something else. But yeah, 38% picking the Broncos. I don't know if that's people hating in the Mallory Bros pick 'em, because obviously Terrell supports the Broncos, but it's 3 for the Broncos in our Discord call right now. 3 for the Broncos. I've got a feeling the next game might be 3 for the same team too. It's Saturday at 6 p.m. UK time, which is a very weird time for games to be occurring in the UK. We have a Saturday game at 6 p.m. and we have a Saturday game at 9:30 p.m. UK time. Again, very weird. First game on the Saturday is the Kansas City Chiefs at home to the Houston Texans. A big blow for the Chiefs in their last game. Patrick Mahomes went down. He's questionable whether he will play in this one. He did train in practice in the walkthrough, but it's one of them. I think they're going to see how he is on the day, basically. And with a high ankle sprain, it's not really an injury you want to be playing through. They've got Carson Wentz as a backup, who is still a proven NFL quarterback. So regardless of who plays at the quarterback position, I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs. They are now favorites since that Mahomes video came out of him training, which is very disappointing because they were underdogs at one point, and I was going to get some serious odds on betting on the Chiefs. Gamble responsibly, by the way. We do not encourage betting unless anyone wants to sponsor us in case you want to give us some money, then we will sell our soul for that. But gamble responsibly. And yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs money line. Might even go, in fact, no, I'm going Chiefs on the spread. The spread is -3. Oh, I'm not actually. If it was -2.5, I'd pick the Chiefs. Chiefs on a -2.5 spread because they can't put up points. They can't really put up points for real. And that Texans offense isn't that good. I'll be real. I'm yapping for this pick. I'm sorry, but that Texans offense isn't that good. Give me money line Chiefs and give me under on game points. Key, before I lose some more money, let me go over across to you. That wasn't even English. Wait, take the floor.
Yeah, I was just looking at the head-to-head stats, and the Chiefs are actually 12th with 23.5 points per game, and the Texans are 13th with 23.4 points per game. So it could be a slugfest and it could be a stinker. But regardless, like Scott said, of who's going to be QB. I think the Chiefs team's just well-rounded enough that you could slot anybody in there, even Dak. I mean, that's just my hate for Dak. But yeah, I
Says the
think
Kirk Cousins fan. Fuck out of here, boy.
could slot in there too. But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs too. Me and Scott are the same again.
Q.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep Patrick Mahomes out of this game. And what I mean by that is I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to keep himself out of this game. He's one of those guys that no matter what kind of injury he's got, he's going to be the one out on the field. I think based on what we talked about with the offensive rating and stuff like that, I think we're looking at kind of a low scoring defensive slugfest type of game, especially with how the Chiefs have been playing on offense. And this Texans team, I don't really know what to make of them. At the start of the year, I was thinking like I went to the Packers Texans game this year because I thought these are the two most up and coming quarterbacks of this year. Looks like CJ's hit a little bit of a sophomore slump. I'm sure he'll get out of that either towards the end of this year or next year. But as of right now, I think I'm going to have to go Chiefs as well.
Yeah, with that Joe Mixon injury too, I don't know if he's out for the game or not, but I would imagine he's going to be a bit banged up. Maybe even if he does play, see limited reps. Give me the Chiefs, bro. I'm so disappointed that I missed out on those odds, though, bro. I was going to back them regardless. They went from, again, this is British terms, so any Americans, I'm sorry. On the odds, they were 21-20. As soon as Mahomes trained, they dropped to 5-6, which is like, I can't even explain in American terms what that is, but it's a big gap, you know? But anyway, I am Billy Walters Jr., so you are going to get this talk all day. Next game after that one is going to be the Saturday night game again. Baltimore Ravens are home to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I, of course, am a big Lamar Jackson fan. I love Lamar. I love this Ravens team, to be honest. Not just Lamar himself. They are my team over on that side, AFC, right? I have one NFC team, which is the Cowboys, one AFC team, which is the Ravens. And yeah, bro, give me the Ravens. You thought I was going to pick the Steelers? I'm never picking the Steelers against the Ravens. George Pickens is injured. He might play, he might not. The big one here, though, for me, that decided this pick, TJ Watt is injured. He's not going to play in this game, or he shouldn't anyway. And the Steelers, I believe their record is 1 win and 6 losses when TJ Watt has not played. So that's all you need to know. TJ Watt's a big-time X-Factor player, bro, on that Steelers defense. And with Pickens being out as well, Russell Wilson doesn't know what to do. He's there looking like Broncos country, let's ride in the pocket, you know what I mean? I think he's averaging 100 yards in his last 2 games. It's trash. And you're playing an in-form Baltimore Ravens who just smoked the Giants. Lamar got 5 touchdowns. Talk to me nice, bro. Give me the Ravens. Key, who you taking?
I feel like a bore right now. I feel like I'm not adding anything, but like you're just saying everything that I was gonna say.
My bad.
Like,
I'll let you go first next time.
Nah, I don't mean it in
No,
that
no,
way.
no, I'm
I mean,
no.
like, you're saying everything right. Like you're saying everything that I've got up here too. Like without TJ Watt, I feel like the Steelers don't really have like a defensive presence or offense. Well, that sounds stupid, but yeah, without TJ, I feel like
No, that makes sense.
there's no like pressure really. It's like I'm gonna discuss my Niners. It's like the Niners without Nick Bosa. Like your QB doesn't feel as much pressure. Obviously, there's like you've got your linebackers.
But yeah,
and
when you've got a
stuff,
man coming off the edge,
real.
what does he mean by that?
Anyway, yeah, I think the Steelers aren't going to do very well. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game for the Steelers, and I think the Ravens are going to blow them out.
Agreed. Q, any thoughts?
I think this is probably a time Lamar Jackson is going to better his record against the Steelers. I don't know if you guys know this, but across his whole career, Lamar is 2-5 against the Steelers, which is pretty atrocious when you think about it, considering the Steelers have been, ever since Big Ben has been out of town, who have they had at quarterback? Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. Like, Russell Wilson's been playing decent this year, but he's not a top level quarterback, and I hate to say it, but Big Ben was better than what they have now, even when he was falling off a cliff, it feels like. But yeah, I think this is the time Ravens finally get a win over the Steelers, especially with that loss earlier in the season. They need to avenge that if they want to get better seeding in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. That was something I forgot to mention last game as well with the Chiefs. I believe if they win, they'll go 14-1 and clinch the first seed, which means they get more time off before the playoffs. Or even that means like their record's done then. So then even if Mahomes is a bit injured, he can just play Wentz for the last game. You know what I mean? So Chiefs definitely want to beat the Texans. Ravens definitely want to beat the Steelers. If they do, both teams will be 10-5 then, as like we said, we're chasing playoffs. So a big game there. We've all gone with the Ravens. MalloryBros Pick'em has its 79% Ravens. Still a bit of faith there in the Steelers, 21%. And 21% of people are going to lose. Idiots. Next game. Oh, this take over on game points for this next game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Cleveland Browns. Give me the Bengals. Not much to say. 96% on MalloryBros Pick'em. Picking the Bengals. Joe Burrow. If his defense, if he had a D, pause. If he had a good defense, if the Bengals had good D, if the Bengals actually had a defense and didn't just have 12 ghosts out there, you don't even have 12 people on the field. That's a personal foul. Too many men on the field. But, yo, let me land this point. Why is my brain doing this? If the Bengals actually had a defense, Joe Burrow's in MVP conversation. And Jameis Winston is going to Cincinnati to eat some snow. Q, who you taking for this one? We'll go to you, bro.
Yeah, this definitely has the potential to be a high-scoring game, mainly because these two defenses have been atrocious. If I had to pick, though, I think I'm going Bengals. I don't, at this point, even if they win out, like they talked about, they need to win out, simple as that, to make the playoffs. I don't know if it's going to be that easy because they need a lot of other teams to be failing as well. But regardless of that, I think I'm still going to go with the Bengals on this one.
Yeah, I agree. It's another unanimous vote. I think both defenses are obviously horrible, but I think this week could be the week that Jameis Winston's delivered from these pick sixes. But I still think the Bengals will win. I think it'll be a shootout, and I think the Bengals take it. I'm gonna make a bold prediction and say Bengals will win by 3.
Next game. I have something interesting to say about this next game, so I will go last for it. It is the New York Giants at the Atlanta Falcons. We spoke in the weekly recap about how bad the offense was in the game of the Falcons against the Raiders. Now we've got the Giants against the Falcons. Jesus Christ. Qusic, who you taking for this one?
Do we have to watch this game, man? It's gonna be a bad one. I need, for the sake of my sanity, I need to watch a good Falcons offense. This Giants team has been garbage all year. What are they? 2-10, something like that. 2-11 at this point.
2-12.
2-12. That's pathetic. They are in a very heated race with the Raiders for the number 1 overall pick here. So that's an interesting storyline to follow later. But yeah, I need to see these Falcons do something on offense. They have all of these great pieces. They have Bijan Robinson. They have Kyle Pitts. Like on paper, they should, in theory, be having offensive production at the levels we've seen from like Detroit and Philadelphia. But you don't play football on paper, and when they walk out there, it is just horrible every single time. I'm picking the Falcons, but I could see this being another like 14-10, very low scoring game. Terrible offensive production for both sides.
Key, who have you got for this one? I know you're a Falcons fan, you're a Kirk Cousins fan. We'll probably get into some Kirk Cousins discourse, but give us your pick first.
So I say that I'm a Falcons fan. I'm a Kirk fan. I just want to put that out there. I did originally have the Falcons written down. I'm starting to think, just purely out of spite and pettiness of Kirk getting benched, and out just for the love of my good man TJ, one of the viewers, good friend of mine and Scott's Tej. I'm gonna go with the Giants. It's not a big upset because they're both terrible teams.
It still is.
One's worse than the other, but
it still definitely is.
I'm gonna take the Giants.
The Giants right now are currently, in English betting terms, 7-2 to win this game. On the ESPN Pick'em, they are plus 340. Only 2% of people in the MalloryBros Pick'em has picked the Giants. But honestly, I like the pick. I like the pick. If I was a betting man, give me the Giants on the spread. Yeah. Give me +9 on the Giants. I think this will be a low-scoring game. It depends, though. Let me place 2 bets on this game. One for the Falcons to win. In the pick'em, I'm picking the Falcons, by the way. Yeah, you thought I was going to pick the Giants. I'm not picking a team that has 2 wins this season. Fuck out of here. Picking the Falcons, but let me put a £5 bet on, $10 bet, on the Giants on the spread and under for game points. This could be a very low-scoring game. Like you say, could be like 3 points in it. The Falcons win, but on the spread, the Giants won, bro. You get me? So, Kirk Cousins is finished. Let's talk about it. Key, he's your guy, but... And you said you're picking in spite of him being dropped. It's not like he's been dropped because there's anything going on. He's arse. He's been arse this season. He's threw nearly more interceptions and touchdowns, which as a quarterback, he just can't do. He's struggling to get out the pocket. He doesn't have the same arm he used to, and he's been arse this season. I don't blame them for benching him. It's a crucial time in the Falcons season. They need to win to get in the playoffs. And changing quarterback, bro, is always a tough thing to do. But Michael Penix could go out there and ball out. He doesn't really, for real, have any pressure on his shoulders. I mean, he kind of does, but for real, he doesn't. All the pressure was on Kirk, and he's getting dropped for Michael Penix. If he goes out there, just has a decent game, work the run game, Bijan Robinson is a baller. It's whether they can run past that Giants defense. They've struggled this season, the Giants, for rush defense. But the last 2 games, they weren't too bad. They locked up Alvin Kamara. And they kept Derrick Henry under 70 yards. But Derrick Henry didn't really have that many snaps as usual. But anyway, I'm picking the Falcons for the pick'em. Anything to add, boys, on this Kirk Cousins discourse?
I actually saw something here that was really interesting to me. I'm going to bring up a couple stats for you guys, and I want you to pick your player here. So player A has 3,500 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Player B has about 3,000 passing yards, 17 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Would you rather have player A or player B?
I'm taking player B. That's too many interceptions. You can't throw that many interceptions, bro. Ball retention is the name of the game.
I don't know. I'm going to be different to say player A, but I think it's going to be like Kirk and Dak or something.
Close. It was Kirk and Caleb Williams.
Bro, give me Caleb Williams to run my offense all day. Kirk Cousins is finished. I'm sorry. Yeah, he was great back in the day, but he's fleeced the Falcons for all that money. And for what? He can't even throw anymore, bro. He's lost his arm power. His footwork in the pocket just isn't right. There's something going on. Whether it's... I saw a thread on Twitter. People were talking about it. It's the like the threat or like the pressure of having Michael Penix behind him. If he went to a team where he was just the number one, had no backup guy, rookie guy coming through, you know, then maybe he might be performing better because he's like, I'm just him. I don't need to like... Because every throw, he's probably thinking, if I don't make this pass, Michael's going to come in and take my place type shit, bro. Do you know what I mean? But then again, you're an NFL player, bro. That's just the name of the game. You've got to perform. If you want to get paid these big bucks, you've got to go out there and perform big games. Not all these check down passes, bro. 5-yard average gain or something like that. And what did you say? 15 interceptions? That's not good enough. That's 16. Not good enough. 16? It's even worse. It's not good enough, bro. It really isn't. But yeah, Bijan Robinson was a baller. I love that guy, bro. He cashed me out this week as well. So shout out Bijan. But yeah, man. I think that's enough talking about the Atlanta Falcons. We've been on the Falcons for like 20 minutes. Bum-ass team. Let's move on. Speaking of Caleb Williams, perfect segue. Thanks, Q. We have the Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Now, I've noticed when I edit these videos, I say Detroit like it's 2 different words. But it's the Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears. Very injured Detroit Lions team. The defense sucks complete ass. Like, I know that that's because of injuries, but bro, give me over on game points, but give me the Detroit Lions. I'm not picking the Bears. 4-10, Caleb Williams, I like you, bro. But your team's 4-10. You could cause an upset here. It's a very injured Lions defense. And David Montgomery's injured too, which is a massive blow for that Lions offense. But Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameer Gibbs is still there. Like Keenan Allen anytime touchdown, but bro, it's not good enough. I'm picking the Lions, even though they are away from home. But I can see a Bears upset. Boys, please take the mic off me because I just can't stop talking today. Qusic, will go to you, bro. Who you taking for this one? Any thoughts?
There's a very, very famous saying in sports, which is "Don't care, work harder." This team, the Lions team, are injured to hell and back, but nobody's going to pity them.
Sorry to interrupt. I thought you were going to say, "Don't care, I'm not picking the Bears." I thought that was going to be the saying.
That's the famous saying. Yeah,
Sorry, bro. Go on.
It's actually just fuck Chicago all of the time. No. Lions injured to hell and back. Don't care. Need to work harder. Bears have been on a 0-8 slide. I think or no. I don't know. My brain's not working right now. But they have been sliding. Ever since that Hail Mary against the Commanders, they haven't won a single game. And you know what's the craziest part of that? Is I heard about this the other day. The Bears have not won a game since the Commanders' loss. But Caleb Williams has not thrown a single interception during that time, which is very surprising to me because that is one of the key ways to lose games is with these turnovers, and he just hasn't been doing that a whole lot through the air anyway. With these injuries and with this Bears team not turning the ball over with their quarterback anyway, I think we have the potential to see another close game like we did last time. Hopefully there's no coaching malpractice again because that was just awful. But I think regardless, I think this Detroit team is going to find a way to get a win against the Bears.
I like it. Kay, who you taking?
I agree. I think I can't remember if it was 2 weeks ago. Me and Q, we both said we really like Caleb Williams as a QB. Like we think he's really good, and I still think that. I seen a video of him on the sideline after the last game, and he looked so defeated. Like he just looked like it's just his head wasn't there.
That's what playing for Chicago does to a man.
Yeah, true. Look at Scottie Pippen. Anyway,
yeah, tweeting out AI. If I see one more AI image on my timeline, Scotty. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I think he's defeated. I think it'll be a close game as well. But I'm also going to take the Lions. I think the Bears, they just don't have it to win it.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh my. I can't see an upset happening, honestly. At this point in the Bears season, you're just going out there for reps. You know, giving Caleb Williams the experience, trying to cook with those receivers, solidify that relationship even more. And bro, they could, if they upset the Lions here, it could be a big moment for the Bears. Not for this season, but maybe going forward for next year. Well, even for the rest of the season, they could go out and win every single game left. But I don't know, bro. I can't see it happening for real. I think it will be a shootout, though. Lions defense up there with the Bengals. Speaking of Lions, Tigers, and Bears. But where was I even going with that, bro? I don't know. My brain does this thing all the time where I like think about joking and I don't know what I was saying originally, but yeah.
I got one more thing.
Go for it, bro, because I'm yapping.
As a Packers fan, naturally, I'll hop on Twitter and see a lot of shit talking from Bears fans. And start of the year, Bears fans were like, this is the best position a rookie quarterback has ever gone to. Like, they're going to win the division. Like their GM said, they're going to win the division, never let it go. Hasn't happened once yet. And now people are like, this is the worst wide receiver room in the NFL. And it's like, you have DJ Moore, who is a better number one option than, I want to say, probably like a quarter of the league. Like, you think the Bears wide receiver room is worse than the Raiders or the Patriots? Like, you're out of your damn mind. And it's just so funny every single year seeing the cycle of Bears fans being as what we call it off-season champions, where this is going to be their year. They've made so many additions in the off-season, and every single year, right about now, things fall apart, and they're like, he was doomed from the start. This was never going to work out. And I'm a big fan of comedy, so I love seeing that every year.
Bears fans are low-key the Arsenal fans of the UK. Were you about to say the same thing?
I was gonna say there's two comparisons that I can make to that what your statement right there, Q. I was gonna say Arsenal and the Lakers. The Lakers are always like, oh, LeBron's got
not too much on the Lakers. Not too much on my Lakers. on my GOAT.
Stink.
But when you've got the GOAT in your team, you can chat like that. But what do Arsenal have? Let's not do football talk. But what the fuck do Arsenal have for real? Every single year, oh yeah, it's our year, and then they go out there playing Turismo ball, bro. You know what I mean? Turismo, no. But bro, corner FC. Anyway, fuck Arsenal. Fuck the Bears. Why did I say fuck the Bears? I don't know. I like Caleb Williams. Shout out to you.
Who calls themselves the Gooners? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. Freaky ass team. Need to stay their ass inside. Let's get to the next game though, because I need to make a YouTube thumbnail in under an hour's time. This is probably my hardest pick of the week. I don't know who to go with for this one. It's the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts. The hard word to say fast in my Scouse Liverpool accent. I said it was a hard one to pick. I'm not picking a team that's 3-11. Bum ass motherfuckers. Give me the Colts. I'm not picking a team with 3 wins. Like we said with the Bears, and who else did I say before that had no wins, bro? Like Panthers. Like, you can have good games and show glimpses of being good, but at the end of the day, showing glimpses of being good doesn't win you the games. You know, Bears have been unlucky. Hail Mary, blocked field goal, all of that. But at the end of the day, you didn't win the games. You got 4 wins. I need to see that you can go and win games. Same with the Titans. 3 wins, 11 losses. Colts at home. Anthony Richardson over in rushing yards for this week, please. Yeah? Give me the Colts. Key, who you taking?
I didn't expect anyone else to pick the Colts. I actually picked the Colts too. I didn't really.
Why didn't you expect
it?
it?
Was just one of, I don't know. It was just one of them where it was a stink off, honestly.
Low-key is a stink off.
I know you sometimes throw shade at the Colts, so I didn't really expect that, honestly. But yeah, I'm picking the Colts.
I don't really like the Colts, to be honest. They're a bit of a nothing team, you know? They're just like there. They're like West Ham. It's like, all right, you're just there to make up the numbers, basically. Q, who you taking?
I mean, this Colts team was probably touchdown fumbled away from being from actually beating the Broncos. Like, they went up 19-7, I think. Jonathan Taylor, oh my God, not strong stuff from the home state, unfortunately. Fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line. Touchdowns taken off.
I forgot that happened.
13-7, and then the Broncos score 24 unanswered, ends up being 13-31. So I really hope they learn from that mistake. When they get a lead, I hope they don't literally fumble it away like that. I'm surprised that you said you were surprised we were taking the Colts, because I thought they were going to be heavily favored going into this game. Plus, I've been thinking a lot about the argument you made a couple weeks ago being quarterback focus. Like, who do I trust more, Anthony Richardson or Will Levis? Not two great options there, but I think
that's Hitler versus Stalin right there.
That's crazy. I think I barely am going to take Anthony Richardson over Will Levis. Like I said, Will Levis picking up more meme of the weeks than wins. He got another one last week. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw it. I saw when I said, wake up, honey, new Will Levis meme dropped.
Yeah. And who knows? We might be in for another one of those this week. I'm going with the Colts.
Low-key, I want to take the Colts on the spread, bro. Minus 3.5. I think they can beat the Titans by a touchdown. But you never know. Is it any given Sunday? You never know what's going to happen. The Colts, 94% on MalloryBros Pick'em. Seems to be a resounding pick there. But then again, the Colts aren't that good. Titans could upset. We just don't know. It is any given Sunday. But the next game, another pick in the 90s on the MalloryBros Pick'em. Los Angeles Rams at the New York Jets. Jets coming off a big win last week. A-Rod and Adams looking like they were still in Green Bay. But still, that New York Jets team stinks. Qusic, I'm going to go to you, bro, because I know you have ties to the Jets. Or just to A-Rod and Adams.
I mean, I love me some Green Bay East, man. I don't know if you guys know this, but I want to say 2021, the year that Trevor Lawrence went number 1 overall, the Jets were in prime position to take him, and they ended up beating the Rams team, which nobody suspected at all. And I picked the Rams originally, and looking back, I can already peer into the future and tell that this is going to be a horrible, horrible idea. But I think I'm going to go different here, and I am going to take the Jets over the Rams on this one. We saw some vintage Rodgers to Adams connection last week. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that continue this week.
I like it. Differential pick. Key, who are you taking?
You know, I actually I respect Q's choice there. There's some good points, but I just think the Jets have been eliminated, haven't they, from like playoff contention, right? Yeah.
They were eliminated from week 1. It's the Jets.
Yeah, but statistically,
No,
not
yeah.
literally. But yeah, I just think the Rams need it more. I think the Rams, they want it and need it more. I think the Jets, in the back of the mind, is going to be like, yeah, we're getting paid to do this, but like we're already out anyway. What's the point? Like we need to flunk it anyway. So I think the Rams will win. I think the Rams will win comfortably. That's my pick.
I think the point. Sorry to jump in again
That's
here,
all good.
but
All good.
I think the point that you guys might be missing a tiny bit is like Jets are out of the playoffs. Why does any of this matter? These players are still fighting for their jobs at the end of the day. Because as fans, you're like, why aren't you tanking? Go and get the best guy available. But if you're on the team, you don't want to be replaced by that best guy available in the draft. So I think every week, regardless of how garbage these teams are, they're still putting up their best fight because they want to keep their jobs at the end of the day.
That is facts. For my pick for this game, I like Q's pick of the Jets. And I don't need to apologize to the Jets. In fact, fuck the Jets. I'm not apologizing to nobody. But Jets, I hate you guys. You cashed me out last week, though. A-Rod and Adams, shout out to you guys if you are watching. But I'm picking against you this week. Give me the Rams. I don't trust that Jets defense. I don't trust the play call. I trust Adams and Rodgers. But I don't trust that defense can stop Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, all these options that Matt Stafford has. I just don't think the Jets have the answers. You know what I mean? It's one of the best duos in history, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. But you're going to need more than just 2 players to win football games, especially a Rams team that are in the playoff hunt. I know you were saying, obviously, the Jets aren't going to tank, but still, the Rams have that incentive to try and push for that win. And they've just got power, bro. They put up 40-odd points against the Bills. I think they outscore them. It could be a high-scoring game if Rodgers and Adams can get cooking, but I think the Rams can just put up too many points for the Jets to answer to, bro. The Jets have been struggling against teams like the Jacksonville Jaguars, bum-ass teams with brand new quarterback coming in, running and emoting all over them, bro. You know what I mean? Did you see that guy for the Jags, bro, doing emotes on the sidelines? Shout out to him. Bro, did the Rizzler got a first down? Did the Rizzler, bro? I'm like, you play for the Jags? I love the confidence, but yeah, give me the Rams, bro. I'm not picking the Jets again for the rest of this season unless they play the Raiders or some bum-ass team. I don't know who the Jets have left, but I'll probably never pick them again this season. Give me the Rams. Moving on to... Go on, Q.
I was going to say, I saw a tweet that was like... it was an official NFL account tweet that was like, Mac Jones runs for the first down and hits the Rizzler celebration, and somebody was like, everything in your life has led up to the moment that you're reading this sentence.
I saw that too, bro. It was so funny. I was like, you know, in Avengers, or is it Captain America, the film, when he gets thawed out the ice and he's looking around in Times Square, like, what the fuck's going on? Imagine, like, being in, like, a coma and waking up and going on Twitter and seeing that. You'd just be like, is this a different language? Like, what happened while I was asleep? Type shit, bro. But next game, potential for game of the week here, we have the Philadelphia Eagles on the road to Washington to play the Commanders. This is a big game. Let me take the stage for this one. I gotta say some words. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck the Philadelphia Eagles. AJ Brown been out here bitching and complaining on Twitter that he's not getting passed to, and well, not even on Twitter. He was interviewed. What's wrong? The passing game. Next week, of course, he gets targeted. Jalen Hurts goes crazy in the passing game. Then they go to the media and say, "You can stop talking now." It was you that was talking, AJ Brown, the passing game. It was you that was talking about the passing game not being good enough. And then you've finally been fed, and now you're telling us to shut up. You need to go and kiss Jalen Hurts in the locker room. You two need to make up behind closed doors. The media's been getting onto you because the passing game's not good enough. Jalen Hurts went for like 100 yards the other day, passing. And yeah, he's got all these rushing touchdowns. I do not care about 1 inch, fourth and fucking inches tush push, bro. I don't care about that. Let me see some proper running. You know what I mean? If you want all these Russian touchdown statistics, let me see some proper running. Josh Allen, I know he just had a tush push last week as well, so let me not get on that too much. But I just don't like it when players don't perform and then tell like the media, be quiet and that, like, we shut you up. Sat down. That what you wanted to see? Yes, it is, Jalen. It's what we've wanted to see all season. Anyway, I'm picking, with all that being said, I'm picking the Eagles. Qusic, who you taking for this, bro?
I just realized how corrupt my mind is because I can relate everything to a SpongeBob reference. The Jalen Hurts sitting down, is that what you wanted to see? Is like SpongeBob goofing off at the Krusty Krab and he finally starts cooking Krabby Patties and they're like, that's what we've been waiting for. They're like, this is what we've been waiting for from the Eagles. We want to see these good performances with these high powered offensive players that they have because we know they're capable of it, but we haven't always seen it that year, especially against the Panthers and stuff like that. Um, I think they have the potential to do a lot with those high-powered offensive players this week against the Commanders. I like the Commanders' offense. I am not too high on their defense, and I think for that reason, I'm going to have to go Eagles on this one.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. I think the Washington defense terrible. I think the offense is great. JD5's great, but I just think the Eagles' offense is better. I just would like to put it out there. I despise um the the head coach of the Eagles or the whatever, Nick
Sirianni.
Sirianni. Oh, I hate him. He's such a cocky, prick. I hate him. He's so cocky, man. You see all the videos where like Jalen Hurts does a tush push into the end zone and he goes up to the camera like, that's like, shut up, Sirianni. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's definitely a shit talk only while he's up kind of guy. But I
hate
mean,
him.
he's doing a good job with these players, so you can't bash on him too much. You can, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
JD5, obviously, JD5 my pick for Rookie of the Year. Key, sorry, cut you off there.
no, I was just saying I'm gonna take the Eagles anyway.
Taking the Eagles. So I think the Commanders could give them a good game. It could be high scoring. I think JD5 has the ability to make plays, both with his arm and with his feet. Terry McLaurin, great receiver. He's been balling out. But like we say, I think if it comes down to straight scoring, shootouts, the Eagles, bro, when Jalen Hurts is in that passing game, when he gets in his bag, it's a deep bag, bro. AJ Brown, when you stop yapping and just play ball, you ball out, bro. You know what I mean? You got Saquon in the backfield, who I think is dealing with a little something. I think he's got a little injury. But then again, like 90% of NFL players are dealing with a little something when they go out on the field. So not expecting Saquon to go crazy against the Commanders, to be honest. I think he is dealing with something, but if they can get that pass game cooking, bro, it's a perfect offense. You know what I mean? It's a perfect offense. When you've got a run game like that, you've got an MVP candidate. It's probably number 2 or 3, but probably 3 after Lamar last week. You've got MVP candidates in the backfield. You get that run game going, you get the defense scared. You start running some play action passes, and you've got weapon over here, weapon over here. How's the defense supposed to stop that? Eagles, you've been dealt a very good hand, and you need to go out there and win. Don't lose, bro, because I'll have some strong words next week. And then AJ Brown, I will be talking. yeah. So, anything else to add, boys? We've still got a lot of games to go. I feel like this is going to be our longest episode yet. And obviously need to wrap it up before 5. But next game, Arizona Cardinals at the Carolina Panthers. Going to make this a quick pick from me. James Conner, anytime touchdown. Worst rush defense in the league. Panthers, again, I mentioned it before when we spoke about the Cowboys. These guys picked them to beat the Cowboys. You've won 3 games all season. You haven't shown me that you can win games, Panthers. I like Bryce Young. I think there's potential there for the future. But when your rush defense is that bad, you're playing a great running back who's in form right now in James Conner. Kyler Murray can get it going when he starts running too. Give me the Cardinals. Quick one there. Key, who you taking?
Me too. Quick one. I'm gonna take the Cardinals too. I think they're just better. Just better.
Q?
Yeah, I'm going different here. I'm picking the Panthers. I really need to see my short king Bryce Young succeed, represent for us here. Um, plus the
Isn't Kyler?
Cardinals.
Isn't Kyler small too?
I think
Yes.
Kyler's 5'10" and Bryce is 5'9".
I thought
Bro,
he's
So
5'10". Shut up.
Bryce Young's 5'9".
I might have
How's he
incorrectly
even
looked
see
up.
over the O line to make passes over the middle? Because Russell Wilson struggled with that his whole career, making passes over the middle.
Okay,
Because
now they have him listed at 5'10". Kyler
he's
Murray's
grew.
also 5'10".
Yeah.
But no, I'm pretty sure when he went to the NFL, he was 5'9". Because I swear I've seen things like
He put
when
some
Kyler
wedges
Murray
in his
got,
cleats.
yeah, when Kyler Murray got drafted #1 overall, I was like, this is the shortest player ever drafted #1 overall, and they ran the same graphic back when Bryce Young was drafted, I thought. But like I was saying, Cardinals have been playing down to competition a lot recently. They got a big win over the Patriots, but it's the Patriots. And the Panthers team, they've had some really good sparks this year, and I hope they don't make me regret this pick. So I'm going Panthers, keeping it different.
I do like it. I like it when we spice it up and go different, but I just feel like it means we'll have a better record next week. But next game is the Minnesota Vikings at the Seattle Seahawks, going to the Seahawks Stadium. Normally a tough place to play, unless you are the Green Bay Packers. Q, we'll let you go first so you can talk some shit about these Seahawks. Who you picking, Vikings v Seahawks?
Oh, man, it was we've had a lot of bad history at that stadium, and to hear "Go Pack Go" chants in Lumen Field was insane. I had to whip out the scarf that I got at Lambeau, rooting from home in these really good winter warning uniforms that they got. Um, I think this is why I was sleeping on Seattle so much this year because we went in to their home, took their lunch, ate their food, kicked their ass, and walked out. Was it like 30-13, something like that? It was a it was a very refreshing win to see the Seahawks get their ass kicked. I do feel a little bad for Geno Smith because he got his ankle rolled up on and they didn't call it. And even I was like, they're not going to call that? All right. But regardless, I think these Vikings are going to go into Seattle and probably do the same kind of thing. Get their annoying ass skull chant going. Regardless of who starts, Geno Smith or Sam Howell, their offensive line was fucking garbage that game. And yeah. By the way, you guys are never gonna see me doing that skull chant. I'll be dead in the ground for a long time
You know,
before you
the
see
first
me.
people I saw do it was the Iceland fans in the 2014 World Cup, or was it the Euros, 2016 Euros? So I don't even
Yeah.
credit it to the Vikings. I credit that to the Iceland fans in the Euros.
Yeah.
But one pick for the Vikings. Key, who you taking for this?
I also picked the Vikings. I actually found out something today. Oh, yesterday, sorry, while I was just randomly searching for things that I could bring up on the video.
The
I
show.
I
Let's
didn't
let's call
know
it a show. Let's make it
on the show.
official
Sorry, yeah,
so we can get
on the show.
a deal.
I mean, we need a show name, guys. Comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Third and goal.
uh,
First and goal. Third and
I
long.
think three guys pick six. I like that name.
But we're not
Anyway,
picking six. We're picking 16.
yeah, but pick six, like
Pick six is a segment in the
pick
show.
six is in like interception and then
No,
taking it
yeah,
home.
but that was the point of calling a segment pick six because we're picking six players or six whatever.
The comments can decide what they think.
Yeah.
Any recommendations? Always use ChatGPT.
I still think third and long or first and goal. But then again, Cam Newton stole that idea with 4th and 1. He stole it from me. I don't care. Anyway, sorry. Key, who you picking?
Yeah. So I didn't know that Sam Darnold went third in 2018 in the draft, and Josh Allen went seventh in the same draft. But yeah, I found that out from a TikTok that said uh, she asked if she was pretty, and I accidentally called her the seventh pick in the 2018 draft. It was Josh Allen. But yeah, with that in mind, I'm taking the third pick. I'm taking my boy Sam Darnold, who isn't my boy. He's just a QB that I like. But yeah,
Can I throw a real fun fact out there real quick? Um, what year was Josh Allen drafted again? You said 2017?
2018, I think, wasn't it?
2018. Well, regardless, there were 2 years in a row where Josh Allen was picked #7 overall. Bills quarterback. And then next year it was Joshua Hines Allen, who's a edge defender for the Jaguars. So
Oh, he
I don't know.
defends
I thought that was neat.
edges.
Yeah.
Be defending me then. Sorry.
So for my pick for this game, I'm going Vikings. Geno Smith down injured. Not much else to say, bro. I don't think the Seahawks team have it in them. In all my years of watching NFL football, admittedly, there is a void area in the middle. You know what I mean? 100-year void. Shout out to One Piece. I've never seen an opponent's like fan base take over that Seahawks ground, bro. They retired the 12 jersey for the fans. They literally paraded the fact that they retired the jersey, and then the fans didn't show up, and the Packers were doing their own chant in the Seahawks field, and it's crazy, bro. I don't think they have the players like from back in the day. That Legion of Boom days is just it's sad to see, honestly, coming back to the sport after a few years out and seeing the downfall of certain teams that used to be big out there. What do you mean? No, what are you shaking your head for?
Fuck Seattle.
Bro,
Seattle.
The Legion of Boom days, bro, that was electrifying football. You know
It
what
was.
I mean? L. Thomas, Can Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Bobby Wagner, bro, electrifying. Russell Wilson,
Marshawn.
Tyler
Get
Lockett on
Marshawn
kick
as well.
return. Anyway, Marshawn Lynch as well. He obviously got phased out towards the end, but still, bro. Yeah, 3 for the Vikings. Next up is 3 for the Bills. Can we just say 3 for the Bills, bro? It's the New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills. MVP Allen against bum-ass Patriots. Come on, bro. All 3 for the Bills. Let's move on. Wow. Worst game of the week. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Las Vegas Raiders. A 3-11 team against a 2-12 team. Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Q, we'll give you the floor. I feel like you'll probably have a statistic for this one or something.
Unfortunately, not this time, but figured just based on these last couple of performances. I know you say it's any given Sunday, but the momentum through the weeks build. Jags put up a great performance against the Jets, and Raiders god awful all year. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm taking the Mac Jones led Jaguars over the Raiders.
Yeah. I am also taking the Jaguars. Key, who are we taking?
So, speaking of stats, I actually do have a stat. It's more of a fact. This game's going to stink. So, I personally, I'm taking the Jags. I think it's going to be a stinky game. I think it's going to be like I don't even know, like a 14-10 or something like that. But like a terrible 14-10, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be one of them. I think the Jags will win. Yeah.
I honestly think this could be 24-9. Give me the Jags on the spread. I feel like the Jags have the potential to score touchdowns. We saw that against the Jets. I like the confidence that Mac Jones is playing with. This Raiders offense, though, I just don't see it happening. Brock Bowers is obviously a baller. He's great. But, bro, the QB ain't great. Defense has lost Max Crosby. Give me the Jags. And I can't believe the odds for this game, bro. They're literally even. Jags are 10-11. Raiders are 10-11. Give me the Jags on a 2.5 spread because I'm playing it safe. I would go with a touchdown. In fact, bro, how much money is that? They won't even let me take it. They'll only give me a minus 4.5 spread. Wait, hold on, boys. Oh no, that's not even that good. Minus 4.5 spread. £10 gives me 27. That's not that good. Anyway, 3 for the Jags. So 3 in a row for a lot of them there. Got a feeling this one will split the boys though. San Francisco 49ers against the Miami Dolphins. Key, it's your team. You take the floor first.
I think we're an injured team. Obviously, I'm biased. Even healthy, I think we absolutely dominate the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins, they're a decent team. They're fun to watch sometimes. But I just think, like, Tyreek hasn't been the same since his Chiefs days. I think just a lot of them disappear in big games. And it's not as big of a game as it could be playing the Chiefs nowadays. Playing the Niners nowadays. Because of all the injuries, it's not as big. And we're not as powerful. But I still think the Niners are gonna show them up. I think they're gonna win. I'd love to say it's gonna be a blowout, like a 40 something, but again, I think I think it's going to be like a 24, like 24-10, like you said. I think it's going to be 24-10 Niners.
To the Niners, yeah. Okay, Qusic, who you taking?
First of all, I think the 49ers are going to get the win. Like, copy paste the argument I made for the Lions earlier. Like, injured to hell and back, don't care, work harder. I think they're going to work harder than this Dolphins team. And something that I thought about, I know we talked about like the butterfly effect in the NFL a little bit ago. One thing that I've been wondering about is like Dolphins in 2020, Dolphins drafted Tua 5th overall. Very next pick, do you guys know who it was?
Which year? 2020?
2020. Yeah.
Sixth.
Yeah.
No idea.
I've got one name, but I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. Definitely no.
Is it Justin Herbert? Because that's who it was. And I've just been thinking, like, could you imagine if this Dolphins team drafted Justin Herbert and that he had the arm that can actually go to all these deep threat guys? Like, Tua has shown that he's capable of doing that a lot of the time, but he's also disappeared in cold weather games. And Justin Herbert he played college ball at Oregon, which can get pretty cold up there too, Pacific Northwest. Um, and I just have been thinking about like, man, what if the Dolphins took Justin Herbert? Because hindsight 2020, obviously, but Justin Herbert could get the ball to these guys a lot better than Tua could. And also, like if the Chargers drafted Tua instead, now with the fuck is his name? Um, Now with Jim Harbaugh at the helm, he was the Michigan quarterback. He did a lot of power run in college. I think Tua would be a great power run quarterback. I'm not trying to make any like diving headfirst jokes either. I'm saying he could definitely run a run first offense better than he can this deep threat offense. But to go back to my pick, Niners.
Is Tua the problem? That is my question. Like you say, you've got these deep threats, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, probably one of the fastest receiving core in the league. And when I watch the highlights for Dolphins games, admittedly, I don't watch every single snap because who the fuck wants to watch the Miami Dolphins for every single snap? But I feel like the play call is what's wrong, bro. You have these deep threats, these pacey guys, and I barely see them call plays like that, you know? Maybe I'm like selective, what's the word? I was going to say selective breathing. That's definitely not the right word. Selective, like, vision, and I'm only seeing, like, what I want to believe, like, hypothesis bias, whatever that's called. What's that thing called in science, bro? When you make a hypothesis and you're biased against it to try and prove it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like...
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name.
Yeah, maybe I've got this idea in my head, like, they've got these guys, but they're not... I'm blaming the offensive coordinator, basically, rather than Tua. But like I say, maybe bad ball knowledge from me. I don't care about the Dolphins enough to try and get a good enough answer to that question. With that being said, though, I am picking the Dolphins. Fuck the 49ers. Sorry ass team. Injured to fuck. Give me the Dolphins. Hawk Tua, spit on those Niners. You know what I mean? They're at home as well in Miami. I think this will be a bad game. I'm not putting it on the parlay. Leave this one off. This could go either way. And I do not care whichever way it lands. Next game, though, a game I do actually care about. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Dallas Cowboys. Buccaneers went crazy against the Chargers in the second half, at least. They were getting smoked in the first half. I really like the Bucs. Big fan of Baker Mayfield. Big fan of Mike Evans. Have been since I was young, watching the NFL. Seeing a big dude out there like that, bro. He's like 6'4" or 5. And, bro, when you've got a receiver like that can just go up and get it, that's my type of player. Bucky Irvin in the backfield as well. Serious player. Candidate for Rookie of the Year. They've got Rashad White, I think his name is, as well, out of the backfield, which gives another option. Even in the pass game, I saw he caught a few passes last game. Bro, the Bucs team, the high-powered offense. Dallas Cowboys, obviously, bit shaky here and there. Established a run game recently. Good defense. Can the Bucs offense beat the Cowboys defense? Will Cooper Rush shit the bed again? He always does when I put him on a parlay. So this week, I'm not going to put him on a parlay. And I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck you thought? You thought I was going to pick Baker and them? Even though I've just gassed them up and been riding them there, bro, in the intro. And I love Bucky Irvin. But give me the Cowboys. I'm not picking against my Cowboys, bro. Key, who you taking? I think I know who this hating ass motherfucker's gonna take for this one, bro. Who you taking though?
So I am gonna pick the I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers. Not even for my hate of the Cowboys. I'm growing to like the Cowboys a little more just because of my Madden career. But anyway, another story. Uh, so I think with Dak not being Cooper Rush, he's had one good game, one bad game. So it depends what Cooper Rush you're gonna get for this Tampa Bay game. But honestly, like ultimately, I think it's more like I feel like Baker's found his home now. I feel like he's been doing stints in all these other places, like that little Rams stint and
It's been
like
getting tossed.
the Browns. Yeah, he's been getting tossed, and he's he's great. He's a great player. I think yeah, I think he's too good. I think the Buccaneers team's too well rounded for this Cowboys team, so I think the Bucs will win.
Q, I'd love to hear your insight on this game.
There's not much, honestly. I think the Buccaneers are just an all-around better team. Um, like we said in the intro or towards the intro, Mike Evans, like, at what point is he at what point do we need serious consideration for him to be like Hall of Fame? And at what point are we going to start talking about him as like top 20 all time, top 15 all time? Because you look at it, I think he's top 10 in touchdowns, maybe towards the top 10 in yards. And he's just been putting up all these great numbers throughout his career with who do you guys think is better, Jameis Winston or Baker Mayfield? Because those are probably the two best quarterbacks he's had his entire career, and to put up those numbers with those guys is pretty crazy. Um,
Question.
Another thing,
Question. Did he not play with Brady?
he
Yeah,
played with Brady
Did he get
two
injured? Or
seasons.
did he get injured the Brady season? Am I tripping with that? Or was he there with Brady?
Oh yeah, he was there when they won, wasn't he?
Was he? I thought he got injured that year. I'm bugging then. But yeah.
I think
So
Chris Godwin.
so you're rating Jameis above Brady, is all we're saying.
Yeah, fuck that check down goat. You kidding me? If I go, I'm not talking about like greatest of all time. I'm talking about like early 50 English. This is the scapegoat. Terrible player. I fucking hate Tom Brady, dude. I could do an hour and a half of myself shit talking that guy. But anyway,
I'm looking a bit
um,
like Tom Brady right now, just to defend any Patriots fans. But why am I defending the Patriots fans? I like Tom Brady
yeah,
though. But
what's wrong
I
with
like
you?
Brady. I'm a big Brady guy.
I'm a big Brady guy.
I do not. But what I was saying, I think I was going to bring up a point here. I think Baker Mayfield did find his home here, but I don't think it would have happened for the Browns because a lot of people talk about like Browns did they made a mistake releasing Baker Mayfield and blah blah blah, which I think is true, but at the same time, I don't think Baker gets this level of maturity without leaving the Browns. Because, like we said, on the Browns, he was kind of a cocky guy, thinks he's king shit of fuck mountain, as I like to say. Um, and as soon as he got kicked off, he was on the Panthers for half the year, went to the Rams, and that like 98-yard drive against the Raiders saved his career, got him a home in Tampa Bay. And I just love seeing him succeed, man. And I think he's going to succeed again against the Cowboys this week.
So I like the sentiments. I like the Buccaneers. I really do. You know, Crab and Q discussed Baker's found his home, but he's not playing at home. He's playing away in Dallas. You know what I mean? He's going to have Jerry Jones in the crowd, but let's not go there. I don't know why I do this every time Jerry Jones gets brought up. I'm picking the Cowboys. I'm not putting it on the parlay, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm not doubling down. I'm not putting my money where the mouth is. I'm putting my money where the Green Bay Packers are. They play next. Final game of the week. New Orleans Saints traveling to Green Bay. Saints, one of the worst teams in the league. Alvin Kamara, their best player, has just been injured as well. I don't think he's going to play against the Packers. He's got a few days to recover, actually, because it's the last game. It's the Monday night game, Tuesday morning. Actually going to be on Christmas Eve. So, well, for the UK at least, I don't know what time it is in America. It's on Christmas Eve morning in the UK. Give me Packers, bro. Boys, we've got a Packers fan. Q, anything to add on this key? I assume you're picking the Packers, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be different and be like, oh, this T-shirt I have on is by a brand called Truck Fit, and the guy who used to own Truck Fit is Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne's from New Orleans, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't even support the Saints. I'm pretty sure he supports the Texans,
Oh,
which
dude,
is
you know who Lil Wayne supports? The greatest team on earth, the Green Bay Packers. I
Bro,
oh,
think.
oh
you
yeah,
know
he
that?
does,
He
yeah.
knows that.
Wait,
Yep.
yeah, I knew that.
Idiot. Because he used to be a cheesehead because Lil Wayne was one. So, if, well,
Nah, but nah,
Yeah.
because he's
That's why
obviously
he's
from
so.
New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he's so pressed that he's not going to New Orleans too, is because that's his home, and that's where the Packers are going to be playing in February in the Super Bowl. So, um, I think Packers are going to win. I just don't want them to pull an Eagles versus Panthers and be like, "Oh, we're playing the Saints, whatever," and like not try. Like these are still NFL level teams. They're going to need to focus up, but I still think they get a win.
yeah, I mean, look at what the Saints did last week with the Commanders. Commanders, you are lucky that I got early payout in my parlay for going 17 points up. How do you go 17 points up and the game finishes 20-19 with a 2-point conversion missed to end the game?
Yeah.
Crazy ending.
Did you
Whoa.
see the issue with the clock at the end?
Yeah,
Apparently, it was stuck on like 9 seconds for
yeah.
the duration
I
of
mean,
the
I don't
first.
want to get on referees. They work
Yeah,
part time and they do the jobs and stuff like that, and they have multiple jobs. But I have multiple jobs. He's made a catch, converted first down. You don't stop the clock for converting a fourth down. It's a mistake. It's a human error, but it nearly cost me a lot of money. This is why you shouldn't bet, people, unless we want to get sponsored. But that is going to bring an end to the picks for week 16 of the NFL 2024 season. Next game week is coming fast. Why are you coming fast? There's a few games on Christmas Day. We're going to try and get our picks video out on Christmas Eve. So I think when we record it, the Packers game wouldn't have even played yet, but the Packers should win that, bro. Alvin Kamara is injured. What the fuck are the Saints going to do against the Packers, bro? When Jordan Love's out there looking like fucking Tom Brady. Sorry, probably shouldn't make that comparison. You probably won't be happy with that.
like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, there we go. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm very worried for Jordan Love because I love this man so much, but I'm really scared of what insane shit is going to happen towards the end of his career. Like Favre sending out explicit pics and stealing welfare money, Rodgers smoking crack in the mountains and going on darkness retreats. Jordan Love, we love you, buddy. Please just remain normal.
Yeah, it seems to be a case in Green Bay where people just become weird. You know, people just get weird. It gets weird over there, bro. In Green, it's Green Bay, bro. Why is it called Green Bay? We're not from America, me and Key. Key might know the answer, but I've always wondered, why is it called Green Bay? Like, Bay is in like, is that like a body of water? Is it like a lake up there that's green or something? Like, why is the water green? Aaron Rodgers been sprinkling acid in it or something? Like,
There's something in the water that makes every quarterback come through a Hall of Fame level talent. So I'll take it. And if you go crazy at the end, that might be an unfortunate price to pay.
It's like trade offer. You become amazing quarterback. You receive mental illness at the end of your career.
Yeah. Jordan Love, I'm hoping that only one of those things come true, and it's a Hall of Fame level quarterback.
Facts. And then he'll end up playing for the Jets at the end of his career, or the Jags, or some sorry ass team. That seems to be the trade off again. Fun, like, just to add on to the end of the episode, yeah. I watched the other day, I was waiting for one of the games to start, and there was a program on before called One Jet Drive, and it was about the Jets, like a documentary series, a bit like Hard Knocks, where it's like behind the scenes stuff. And it was when they just signed Davante Adams, and everyone was so hyped, and they were like, yeah, we're the fucking Jets. We've got Adams now, A-Rod and Adams back together. They're going to kiss. And then they lost the very next game, and I think it was against the Patriots maybe, or some sorry-ass team. And then to just see their players so dejected afterwards, it was so funny to hate watch the Jets. It's so funny. But gamble responsibly this week. Keep your money safe on some Cortland Sutton receptions. Green Bay Packers money line. Let me not even give gambling advice. I have been Billy Walters Jr. from the Cash Money University. Anything to add, boys? Final thoughts before we sign off for the week?
Whenever there's scoregami, I got to shout it out real quick. So shout out Bills Lions 48-42 scoregami. Love to see it.
Anything to add, Key?
As a Grendo, please get a touchdown.
As a Grendo, if you're watching, ball out for my boy. People, like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. We will catch us next time. Take it easy.